people are supposed to be on this call, but we're not going to wait for them because I like keeping to time. You understand? So we're going to be streaming live, and I think they're streaming already on YouTube. So anybody that misses the session can get to rewatch. But just to confirm if my guest is on the call, can you hear me, Michael? Okay, 1 minute. Let me confirm if he's here. Isaac, please help me confirm if he's here, please. If he's not here, please help me send him a reminder. I don't think he's not here. Isaac, please help me send a reminder to him. Okay, so while we wait for him, like I said earlier, I was excited about this topic because most people don't. I've never really seen anybody talk about. This topic. So yeah, it's going to be an amazing session this evening. Please, Isaac, can I get a feedback? Okay, so I think Isaac, we have a meeting to confirm if our guest is available. Okay, so if you have your questions about Shilling, just start dropping your questions and he's going to attend to all your questions. So the knowledge I have about Shilling is more like selling a project, or more like making a project known to people. It's more like marketing. That's what Shilling is marketing. That's just the simple definition of what Shilling is. So when you see influencers posting about a coin, or they say buy this coin, buy Ethereum, buy Shiba, or buy Nexus, when you just see people posting about a particular token, it simply means they are shilling the project. Okay. I don't know. I'm still waiting for my guest. I don't want to do all the talking, then he comes on the call. I don't know what's wrong. Just give me some minutes. Let me check my what. Okay, so sorry. I thought the link was sent to our guest and it wasn't sent. I'm really, really sorry about that. I think he should be on the call now. Hi, Michael. Can you hear me?
Hi, good evening. Can you see me?
Good evening. Yeah, I can see you. Oh, you look more mature in here than on your pictures that were just doing all those kind of funny stuff. Nice to have you on the call. I'm so
Thanks for having
sorry.
me.
I thought the link was sent to you. I think Isaac called you, but he did not send the link to you. I'm so sorry about that. So
Fine.
how you doing? How's your day?
Yeah, it's been quite rough, jumping from one goal to another, but it has been amazing. How you doing?
I'm cool too. Hope your coin did not dump
I'm holding stables right
or it
now.
dumped.
What me?
Diamond hands, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So sorry, I'd done an earlier introduction, but let me redo it again. So everybody on the call, you're welcome. This is Pick and Itch, powered by Grind Earn, and today we'll be discussing shilling. So earlier I was trying to let them know that shilling is like a topic nobody talks about. Yeah, it's a topic that I've never really heard people talk about. So even when I wanted to have the topic on my show, to get a guest to talk about it was almost a very difficult challenge for me. Anybody I meet will be like, I don't know about shilling, or I don't do shilling, I don't know what shilling is, and all that. So even when I posted it in my community, most people were like, what is shilling? What is shilling? And all that. So it's actually a very interesting topic. And trust me, we're going to have an amazing time. But before we start, just introduce yourself, tell us what you do, and you can just give us a little bit about your crypto story, and we can start off from there.
All right. Oh, so thank you for inviting me. Like you said, it's rare or something to find a shilling person out there, right? I understand. Okay, so my name is Michael Jerry, and I do a lot of things in the blockchain space, starting from adoption. But I think lately I've not been that excited about adoption, right? So I build communities. I'm a marketing person for Web3 and fintech or brands, tech products, digital
Wow.
downloadables and solutions like that. So I manage communities, marketing, social media marketing, email marketing. Everything is just intern marketing. And in the past, I've worked with a couple of brands like BingX, like OKX, like Bybit or Web3 Bridge, Blue Zeals, and a couple of others. Everything has just been
Wow.
marketing content, so marketing basically.
Wow. Wow. Can I ask how old you are? Because you
Okay.
actually look very young. But that's
All
fine.
right. So I think
That's
I'm
fine.
22 right
That's
now.
fine. Just tell us that.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
Wow,
I mean,
I knew it. Oh, wow, I knew it. Like I said, I found someone that most people that do amazing things in the blockchain space are actually very young. You don't need to be 35 or 40 to do a whole lot or to be impactful and all that. So how did you get to know about crypto? And why did you stay? Why didn't you say, okay, it's difficult and run away?
well, can you hear me? Yeah, I want to believe you can hear me. Okay,
Yes,
so
please.
personally, we all
Yes,
have
please.
all right. Cool. We all have a different drive. We have different things that drives us, and mine was sort of I needed to make money. I needed a way out of poverty, to be honest with you. And poverty is a very, very big drive. So even if something is difficult,
Demotivated. Yeah.
you're motivated, so far you're going to get money from it, right? So at the earlier stages, I could not understand a whole lot of things about crypto, about blockchain. I was just struggling, to go to DMs of people. Some would answer you, some would not, and well, it will be discouraging, but you can't stop. You have to go. You have to get to try it. We've seen examples of people making
Yeah.
it. So it was a drive for us. Like, I have to make it there too. I have to make it there. So that was the drive for me, right? So I got to know about crypto
Yeah.
through Steemit. The early days of blogging on Steemit,
Wow.
meeting the likes of Bukons, Barineka, amazing folks. I think Destiny said, Hey Boss, the likes of those guys, everyone was
Yeah.
just Steemit. And so from Steemit, I transitioned into the full blockchain thing.
Yeah, you're an OG, so to say. Because anybody that
Yeah.
knows crypto from timid days, that means you've been in
Steemit
this space
days,
for a
yeah.
while. Well, that's cool. Okay, so let's go straight
Yeah.
to the topic that we're talking about today. So, what is shilling? What is shilling all about? When someone says shilling in the crypto space, what does it mean?
Okay, so for me to quickly be able to give a best explanation of that, I need to give an overview of a couple of things in the crypto space works, and that's for people to be able to understand that a couple of these solutions you see out there, these tokens are real world solutions. A couple of those solutions are built around remittances, around currency exchanges, around NFTs, around a whole lot of things, right? So they are solutions, and these guys need people on their solutions. They need people using their solution. They need to onboard people. They need people using their apps and stuff like that. So beyond just the crypto aspect of it, you have to understand that projects are always building, and then so it's these solutions oftentimes we sell even beyond the tokens, right? So token is just like, the price action you see on token is a response of demand and supply. And demand and supply is
Yeah.
triggered by some updates, right? Some things which is like whatever the project is building. So the point of Shilling is a form of marketing, right? There are some things I like to call crypto culture, and why do I say crypto culture? So those things are sort of specific to crypto brands, in the sense that you don't see those things in regular world, and one of them is Shilling. So the idea of Shilling is a subtle way of promoting a token, a subtle way of promoting a project. And when I mean subtle, right, you don't go hard, because one of the best practices of Shilling is when you are Shilling, you don't want to get called out for Shilling. You don't want people saying, oh, this person is paid to do this review, this person is paid to talk about this project. You don't want people to find out. It's just to look for conversations, organic conversation, in an instance where people are talking about NFTs, and you just join them to just talk about the whole thing happening in the NFT space, and then you mention a particular project. It's just like, let me give you an example. Let's say someone is making a tweet about, you see different tweets from influencers on Twitter, like, what are we buying today? I see different people talking about different projects under such tweets, saying, well, I'm buying Bitcoin. Bitcoin is currently $49,000 right now. I'm expecting it to go to $50,000. I'm adding to my bags of Ethereum, and I'm adding to my bags of Nexus. Right, I think Nexus is from Bandless Pay or something. I had to use that as example. So now you notice I mentioned about 3 projects right now: Bitcoin, Ethereum, and I'm mentioning about Nexus. The original reason of starting that conversation was to actually talk about Nexus. But I can't be talking about Nexus when there are other cryptocurrencies that exist out there. So Shilling is just promotion. It's a crypto thing. It's constantly, you want your project to be constantly talked about. That's one of the things. You want your project to be constantly seen everywhere. People are talking about your project. So the idea of Shilling is to ensure that people are constantly seeing different narrative, different updates about such projects. That's the idea of Shilling. So it's something stuck to. You don't go hard. You don't make it too obvious. So that's how I can explain Shilling to a regular person.
Okay, so are you saying that if you want to ship the project, you have to ship the project undercover?
Well, there are different projects, different things works for different projects. But the best form of Shilling that yields the most productive results are the ones that are not entirely obvious. The moment I see you're trying so hard to sell a project to me, then I become more skeptical about it. But you want to make it look as organic as possible. Let it look like you are doing people a favor. Let people see it as, oh, thank God this guy mentioned this project. I wouldn't have found it. So the idea is to push people to say about the project, then start making research about the project, like what's even this project about? You're talking about the exciting things about the project, things they're doing. It's not buy. People become skeptical when you're pushing buy to them rather than this is what the project is doing. This is why I think you should have a look on this project.
Okay. So is there a scenario where you can just decide to say, okay, I want to be a Shiller and I can get paid for Shilling projects?
Okay. So I've worked with some Shilling brands before. They are actually Shilling brands. They are Shilling companies. And one of them is XCT. I think about 2 weeks ago, a couple of my people I teach about marketing and stuff like that, we were able to get about 2 of them into XCT. XCT is one of the biggest brands in Shilling that I know. And the idea of XCT is everybody working at XCT is a Shiller. And at XCT, let me just give you like a little background or information. At XCT, we have like team. So every team is like made up of 10 to 15 people, right? And there are more than 10 teams right now. More than 15 teams right now, right? That tells you like Shilling is a profession in the crypto space. And, to tell you how lucrative or how manageable the niche is. Right now, if you're starting at XCT, the starting salary is $1,000 per month as XCT. Wow. And all you have to do is just go on Twitter, talk about projects. They give you the projects, go to Telegram, talk about projects, on Reddit for trying to talk about projects. So one can actually build a career as a crypto shiller. That's just the overview. So I've shilled for brands before. I've worked at a Shilling brand as a shiller. I still do. Right. So that's it.
Okay, so basically, I have people on this call that don't even know how to go about Shilling project, or they want to build a career, or they want to make money Shilling project. How can they start? Like, what are the tips? What are the steps? How do you go about it?
Okay, so this is what I would say. Guidance is very, very important in this crypto space because just the right piece of information can help you scale so big rather than having to waste years. Most of my journey, I had to like learn on my own and stuff like that. So I can really say guidance is important. That's why calls like this are important. So if you're looking to start a career as a shiller, the first thing is you can understand how the crypto marketing works. Have an idea of why people shill. If you have an idea of why projects are shilling, it helps you to deliver better even when you get an opportunity to shill. Right? Oftentimes it's easy getting a job as a shiller, and this is how it works. So first is to learn about shilling, and how can you learn about shilling? Pay attention to what is going on Twitter, how people talk about projects. Although there are resources, there are courses on shilling. There are books on shilling, there are guides on shilling. At the moment, I do not have a free guide on Shilling yet. I would have just talked about that. But I know if you check online, just check on Shilling, there will be YouTube videos. That's one amazing thing about the crypto space. I'm sure someone would have made videos about what is crypto Shilling before. I think I have a couple of videos I might be willing to like share with some people on Shilling, how to be Shilling. I think there is a document that guides people on here. Maybe I'll send you a link to the document. I'll upload it to a drive and send it to you later. This thing talks about practical utilization. Like even if that's a time, it talks about Telegram shilling, for chance shilling, Twitter shilling, Reddit, a couple of these platforms. So when you learn about it, try it on your own, right? Maybe there is a token you're holding, right? There is a coin you know about. Try to shoot for the project, even without the project knowing you, even without the project paying you. The project will not stop you from shilling for them, even without being contacted. So through that, you're making your profile look more beautiful. You're leaving a proof of what you can do on your profile, because sometimes when you apply for crypto jobs, one of the things they regularly ask is for link to your social media. People want to see how active you can really do these things. So that way you have like experiences. Before you know it, some projects that are starting out to even be sending you DMs. Like, can you show for us? Recruiters are always out there on LinkedIn and Twitter looking for shillers and stuff like that. So I feel that way one can easily get started about shilling.
Wow. Okay, so I guess if you're listening or you're active on the call, you can as well ask questions so that we can clarify any misunderstanding or any confusion you may have. Okay, so someone is already asking a question. He said, is it like a referral? I want everybody to be active. Ask your questions, drop your questions so that we can attend to it. Don't just keep quiet. Just ask questions. Don't feel like a question is not necessary. Drop your questions. Okay, someone is asking, is shilling like a referral? You're muted.
All right, thank you for that. Sorry, I wasn't aware. Okay, so it's not a referral thing. Shilling is not a referral thing. Although different brands, different companies have different key performance indicators. And then when we talk about key performance indicators, your deliverables, things are expected to do. A couple of brands will tell you have to submit links to 50 tweets every month, 50 shills every month. Yeah.
Okay, this is when you've tweeted, like when you tweeted the project, then you send the links. Okay, that's normal actually. Yeah, that happens. So they'll be sure that you're actually seeing the project.
Yeah, you're promoting the projects. They will be sure of the engagement. They see, are you actually talking about it under the right thread? Are you talking about it the right way? I've seen projects that request for 1,000 links every month. Shilling can be a full-time job. Like you wouldn't even have a breathing space. 1,000 links, and they pay reasonable well, right? So it's not referral. They're not expecting you to, except you're working for an exchange, and when you're working for an exchange, that's not shilling. That's an affiliate thing. So they won't tell you to refer 50 users to this. Your own is to find where people are talking about some crypto narratives, some discussions on crypto, and find a subtle way, find the best way to mention the projects there and copy the link for them. That's yours. The only thing they cannot be telling you is ensure that even your own personal Twitter account is active. So it doesn't look like every time you're only posting about the project. And it's one of the rules and guidelines of Shilling, by the way. They can tell you they need to see your impressions every month, maybe the amount of impressions you're generating, so that they can give you a target. Like, at least personally, you need to have like 10,000 impressions, which is a cool thing, a small thing. Have like 50 links, have engagements. That's all. They won't tell you have 50 downloads, have 100 referrals. No, it's not a referral thing.
Okay, so more like you don't need to. They don't need conversion. They just need engagement, or more like just seeing the link everywhere. And if the people don't click on it, it's none of your business.
Oh, well, I think it's called hype marketing. That's another weird name for Shilling. It's called, maybe that helps people to understand it better. Hype marketing, right? They want to build hype. Yeah, okay. They want to build hype. They want to be seen out there. They believe when they are seen out there, results will come, right? And if you're really, really doing the Shilling very, very well, right, there is no way they will not get the results. But it's not on you to determine what results they are going to get. Yours is to build the hype. They want to be seen. They want to be out there. It's the hype they need. It's hype marketing. Remind people about the project, talk about the project. Just keep mentioning it. They won't tell you 50 sign-ups or something. It's hype.
Okay, so somebody is there as a Shiller with low followers. How can one go about building on that? Now, you don't need to have followers to be a good Shiller. What do you think about that?
Oh, okay, so it varies, right? For most of the brands I've worked with in the past, I really don't need to use my personal account to tweet about the project. A couple of them will give you the Telegram account to use to show. A couple of them will give you the Twitter account to use to show. So it's on them to give you a good account with followers, right, to do that. But if you're using your personal account, ensure that constantly having low followers is not a barrier, but having cool amount of followers sort of gives your content validation. Like, a lot of guys are following this guy, so you must be seeing the real thing. It's not bad to have cool followers, but then you can be organic about it. But most of the brands that I've worked with, they'll give you their accounts to work with.
Okay, but I also know that most times you can actually just have random accounts, Shilling projects.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That happens too. When it's not a known account and it's not an account that has followers. Sometimes some people will create maybe a different account separate from their personal account and they just use it to shill a project. This happens, right?
Yeah, that happens. Personally, I have more than one account, right? Just building it for
I feel like you have different Twitter accounts, different Telegram accounts. Because I've actually filled a project one time. The pay was actually very attractive. I know me, I like money. So I had to open different accounts. Like, you won't even know that I'm the one shilling the projects, but I did. I shilled the project. Because sometimes, I know why most people don't like using their personal accounts is because what if the project fails? Then the person come and tell you you're the one that actually made me buy. Yeah. So that's why I think most people don't like using their personal accounts to shield projects. Okay, so someone is saying, to be honest, I'm kind of confused on this. So please, can we bring him out of confusion?
Okay, so one of the best ways for you to understand Shilling is this. There is what we call email marketing, there is what we call social media marketing, there is what we call community engagement, community moderation, lead generation, and a whole lot of things. So Shilling is just somewhat specific to crypto brands. And in crypto, one of the things that makes you buy cryptos is the fact that you've been hearing about it. Look at meme coins, for example, the likes of Shiba Inu, there was a meme coin season whereby people would just start hyping coins. Now, those types oftentimes start with people who are paid to promote it, and those guys are called shillers. So your own work is to promote the project, talk about it in different places, just keep talking about it. From there, hype will start. The project will be able to sell out. The project will blow and stuff like that. So that's basically shilling. It's one of the forms of marketing. It's hype. Just build hype. Just build hype. There are some solutions like you cannot say this is what the project is for. Just that you keep hearing the name, and that's one of the things about marketing emotions, right? When you constantly
Yeah.
see something over and over again, you become so worried about it or drawn to it. Like, okay, let me even check it out, right? So that's the point of shilling.
Okay, so I feel you've been cleared, Daniels. You still asked again. To be honest, I'm kind of confused. I hope you're cleared now. Please leave a comment on the chat box so that I'll know that you understand what shilling is presently. Okay, so Prudence added that bring the brand to the faces of everyone. That's what shilling is. So Michael, somebody's asking. He said, is shilling legal? Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Okay, I think your network went off.
Can you hear me?
So can you?
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes, please. I can hear you now.
Okay, so the first question you want to ask is right? No, no, in some quantities, in some in the same way, building hype, I don't know if it's entirely legal, illegal. I cannot really say if it's legal or not. It's just like other forms of marketing. Even social media marketing, there are some things you don't do there. Recently, there is this model that everybody is always using on their brand graphics. Many brand lawsuits claiming they are using his proper approval and stuff like that. You're just promoting, right? Just ensure that when you're promoting this things,
Michael, can you hold on a bit? I don't know if it's my network, but you're kind of breaking. So can you say what you're saying again so that I don't know if I can hear you properly?
Okay.
Please, can you write on the chat box? If you can hear me properly, just write on the chat box. Yes, I think you're breaking. It's not from my end.
Okay, guys, can you hear now? Is it better? Hi.
Okay, yes, we can hear you now.
No, okay, sorry, it's network. I'm still in Nigeria. Right, so the point is, even Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies itself is entirely legal yet. But like I mentioned, even in the regular world marketing, instances we help lawsuits, we help people being sued on leading ads and things like that, right? It still happens. Even in outside crypto, a brand can be sued for creating misleading ads. It happens. Lawsuit might not be happening this part of our world, Nigeria, really have this or in other countries it happens. So that's why even a couple of times you might want to add not a financial advice. In fact, most times as a share, like I need to say, well, not a financial do. You had it like so to right. So that's it. So I can't say it's legal or illegal, right? But then ensure that it's not misleading content, probably adding something like do your own research, not a financial advice. That's why the likes of Grisani will still post like a buy signal, the likes of Franklin Peters, I would say NFE. Right? Yeah, so that's it.
Yeah, it's actually true. So when anybody calls a token for you to buy, definitely they'll still tell you, do your own research, be sure you want to buy this token so you don't have anybody to blame at the end of the day. Okay, so you talked about Shilling becoming a full-time occupation. Now, how many projects have you shilled, and what energy did it take you? How long did it take you to do this and say, okay, I'm satisfied, I actually shilled this project? And were most of them successful, or you just shilled them, collected your money, and went to chill?
Okay. Well, not not all shillers are shilling for shitcoin. Let me correct that perspective.
Yeah.
Even projects out there, most especially project that has to do with blockchain or ecosystem, they are still constantly shilling new narratives on their blockchain, right? It doesn't end there, it does not end there. Marketing continues. So, well, I'm still a student, right? And I think my career as a full-time shiller was like for 3 4 months. Though, so that time I couldn't cope with school because most especially shilling is daily KPIs. Some brands are weekly KPIs. So where I was working, it was like a daily KPI, and
Yeah.
I work at a level of I want to deliver my best. I can't give you average. So I had to just tell them I needed to take a break from it. And for like 3 months, my spot was still reserved, for me to like come back, which unfortunately I couldn't make it back there because I was looking to expand my general marketing career. But then I have bosses. I know Nigerians that are earning more than $10,000 every month
Wow.
as a shiller. I know Nigerians, no one, not two. I know Nigerians that are making $2,000 as a shiller. I know a couple of Nigerians that are making like above $1,000. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, as a shiller. So it's funny, right? Yeah. So that's it. That's it.
Wow. So, but definitely, you just have to start from somewhere first of all, before you can actually understand how. Like he said earlier, he said you have to understand how the crypto market works, and this boy is funny. He said, God, I have discovered my calling. So your calling is to become a shiller. No problem. He said, my shirt is fine. Thank you very much. I can send it to you if you want me to. Okay. So yeah, you've explained a whole lot about how much you can earn from shilling tokens. And I said those projects that you shilled, are they successful, or you just got your funds and you just went to chill after shilling?
Okay, to be honest with you, I think while I was shilling, I was mainly shilling like 3 projects, right? And while I was still there, the projects were really, really good. I've not been keeping track with the projects recently, but most of the projects were successful because we submit even our KPIs daily. And the brand I work with is an high-taste brand that's it's not just like shit coins that from the house. I had to like inform that most projects that shits are like. There was a point in time Hydro was shilling, Hydro, like waves. All those projects were very, very shilling. But a couple of these contracts are like ND, so I can't start talking about. I can't start mentioning names, of course, because the point of shilling is you don't want to be known for shilling. It's a private thing. That's why I can't start mentioning names of projects right now on the call. Really, yeah.
Okay. So I'm seeing so many comments talking about this. I think the most shillers are shit coins. Those shillers can make you think you are missing out. No, that's not true. Like what he said, it's not just shit coins that have good shilling. Shilling is more like marketing. Do you understand? Like he said. So when there's a project and they want it to be in the face of people, because most people in the crypto space, they move with hype. They move with, okay, Shiba, everybody's buying Shiba, let me buy Shiba. Which actually, when people are buying a token, it's definitely pumps because the demand is high, which, yes, affects the market. Hype affects the market very well. So it's not just meme tokens that have shillers, okay? So literally from your call, Shilling is aggressive marketing. Yes, that is what it is. But don't think you just start Shilling today and start earning $10K. No, sorry. I don't think it works that way. I think you need to explain, Michael, you need to explain very well. So they'll not start thinking.
Okay, okay,
So they'll
okay.
not
So
start
okay,
thinking,
yeah.
if I start Shilling today, they'll
All
start
right.
paying me $10K. Everybody will just become a shiller. I'll not do pick a niche again. I'll say let's close pick a niche and go and shill.
Okay, so I think my own career started with $350 per month when I first started Shilling,
Wow.
right? But the same brand where we were paid $350 per month right now, if you enter the same brand right now, the starting salary is $1,000. $1,000.
Wow.
That's XCT. You can try research about them. It's one big Shilling brand out there. Almost every time they're always constantly recruiting. I don't know if they're recruiting right now, but as that's like 2, 3, 4 weeks back, they were
What did you say
recruiting
the
and
name was?
X8C, X figure 8 and C.
So
That's the name.
what are the requirements? Like what do you need to possess before they can take you as a shiller? Do you need to
That's
have past experience, or you just need to have basic experience, or what?
to be honest with you, no big requirements. In fact, your first 2 weeks at X8C is a trial period whereby the brand itself will be teaching you how to shoot. And even after the 2 weeks, if you decide not to go ahead with the work, I think there is 2 compensations for the first 2 weeks, and which is training period. During my own time, it used to be like 1 week of training period before you're moved to start working properly. So no big deal. But the only thing they want to know is how oriented are you about the blockchain? Do you know about things like, because you're mostly Shilling projects around DeFi, NFTs. So they'll ask you questions about liquidity, youth farming during the interview. They'll ask you questions, what do you know about youth farming? How available are you? They want to learn about your availability, want to know how much of blockchain you understand. Then that's all. Once you can skill that, they'll personally teach you, they'll send you a card. Yeah.
Okay. So hope you all heard what's he saying? Okay. You are not asking questions, you're just catching phone and chatting on the chat box. Well done. Okay. Thank you, Michael. We are just saying different things. Okay, what do you want to say? Just drop what you want to say. We'll read it out and attend to it. Yes, ask your question. Okay, so like you heard what Michael said earlier, he said you have to go through like a little interview, then you go through training and all that. So you can actually check out on X8C, right? And
Yeah.
Michael, am I correct?
Yeah, you're correct.
Yeah, you can check it out and see if they can pick you and all that. Actually, we're trying to groom our own chillers and grind as a community so that we can have our own chillers in our community, and definitely we can make a lot of money by shilling projects and pay our community members. So like pay them for the shilling projects, but we're just going to start from a starting point, not from the very, very high level of all those $10,000 payments. You understand? So we're going to start from from a basic ground. We're going to teach our community members how to shield projects. That's why we started from this point of making them aware that there's actually a career called shilling. I can actually make money through shilling projects. So also clear your mind that shilling is not just shilling of shitcoin. Can actually, meme tokens. Can actually shield big important projects that have that stand the test of time, that have real-time values, and you can earn from shilling those projects. Do you understand? So Michael, can you just tell us like your last words for a person that wants to start shilling? What's the advice? What discipline should that person imbibe and all that?
Okay. So one thing is be active. Crypto narratives, be active about what is going on there. try your best to seek out for knowledge, seek out for information, and there are instances not everybody will get into the jobs. A couple of times you have to make yourself visible in the community of the project. I mean, get to the community. Yeah, I know a couple of friends that have gotten jobs by becoming active in that community. The Telegram admin would even notice you and be like, "Who's this guy?" You're there,
That's
you're
true.
answering questions. You're answering questions, you're welcoming new people to their Telegram community, and you're doing it consistently without even talking to any member of the team. Like maybe you want money for it. Trust me, you can't do this for 3 months with a very good project, and they'll not send you a DM. They'll be forced to offer you something because at that point in time, they need people so much believe in their projects. Like you've shown, talk about projects. The projects will even reach out to you like, can you do this for us officially? We have an offer for you. Then you talk about it. And then don't get so excited about the money, right? If you get so excited about the money at the early stage, you might be frustrated, right?
Yeah.
Because we all have different parts. What I'll do that work for me might not entirely work for you. And this crypto space is funny. So funny, right? So don't get so excited about the money. Get the skill. Be excited about getting a place to even practice, an opportunity to like do it. Show people that you can do
Yeah.
it. Then apply, grow, apply, grow. That's it.
That's very true. Like what you just said now, I used to tell people, I say just volunteer, don't think about the money. I can just say over and over again that if you're being motivated by money, you actually not do so well. And he also said something about volunteering yourself, make yourself available. I can tell you how I met. There are so many people in my community that we got to start working with just by their being available. I'll always use him as an example. Then he's always in our sessions. He's always in pick any session. He's always in pick any session. He's always in pick any session. He's always winning giveaways. Like I always talk about him. He doesn't like me talking about it. Isaac. He's always winning the giveaway. Like every day, people come to my DM and tell me that I'm intentionally making Isaac to win the giveaway every pick any session. And I'm like, I don't even know him. I've never met him before. So there was a time he won another giveaway. I had to tell my CEO, I had to tell Mr. Franklin. I said, no, this boy is always winning. Let's not give it to him. Mr. Franklin said, no, give it to him. It's grace. That's his grace. So he was always available. He was always like in our community. He was always in our face and all that. We're not paying him, but he was always in session. He would come and remind me and tell me it's time for picking it and all that. I think he reached out to you today, right? Presently, he's the EA to Franklin Peters, like he's executive as assistant to Franklin Peters, although it's from Dubai to Nigeria, but yeah, he's still working directly. And that's a profile added to him. That was just because he was available. That the only CV he needed was availability. And trust me, we're still going to do so much great things together. So, Michael, thank you so much for coming on the session. It's nice
Thank
meeting
you.
you. I know you know a whole lot. We're going to still do a whole lot together. I'll chat you up, and trust me, we'll share a lot of projects together.
Yeah.
Okay. So, if you just joined the session today, we're talking about Shilling. I know so many people have to rewatch on YouTube because it's being recorded live. We get to get views on our YouTube channel because maybe time zone and maybe the person is busy or something. We get to have people rewatch the session. So if you're just joining, sorry you missed, and kindly drop your hand to Michael. Yeah, Michael, you said you're going to send us some books about Shilling or some documentary about Shilling. I'll be expecting it because it's going to really help us. We're trying to start up something in our community so that we'll be earning. Well, grind earn. So we want everybody to grind and earn money. So, thank you so much. It was nice having you today. Thank you everybody for joining the call, and hope to see more of you some other time. Keep doing the plenty things you're doing. I'm proud of you.
Bye.
Thank you, everybody. Do have an amazing night rest. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Yeah, you can drop your hand if they want to follow you, so they can follow you.
Okay, that's I'm Michael Jerry on Twitter. I am Michael Jerry.
Yeah, okay. We'll drop it in our community. Anyone else follow, you can follow you. Thank you. Good night, everybody.
Good night, guys. Thank
They
you.
say life is easy, but we choose boundless. We wanted a wallet that did more, so we created it. What does boundless mean to you? Instant payments on the go? Or maybe more? Spend crypto with your card. Get discounts, so you save as you swipe. We don't do easy. We choose boundless. Spend, send, receive, invest. No queues, no delays. Less waiting, more action. Save, borrow, exchange, earn. Boundless means no borders, no matter where you are or how far away. No bank, no problem. It's all in your hands and starts with one click. Why choose the easy life when you could be boundless?